Rontarus Washington was accused of a horrific murder that he did not commit. And he was good for it because he was, quote unquote, the black guy. Because someone testified that there was a black guy in the parking lot downstairs. And the whole case was built on, there was stunning evidence that the husband of this woman that was butchered did it. And there was her blood on his clothing. There was, I've talked about it, his hair in her dead hand. The police knew that she had been beaten by him and was afraid of him and had told people, if anything happens to me, he did it. Rontarus Washington was threatened by this man that committed these murders with a knife. Days before this happened, or a week before, got a problem. And the entire case was built on what I now know was a problematic timeline of, and the police suspected the victim's husband of doing it. And they had this timeline that they constructed through cell phone records. And the husband got into an argument with the victim, a heated argument in which there was pushing and shoving and witnesses, and she ends up murdered an hour later. And they based not charging him, but charging Rontarus Washington on this, the husband's cell phone traveling down a highway. The guy takes a picture of himself in a rest stop bathroom, takes a selfie of himself, because that's just a natural thing anybody does. I'm taking a piss. Let me just take a selfie. It was clearly done to try to conjure up an alibi. And they based ruining a young man's life. He sat in pretrial detention for 6 years, which is another issue in and of itself, before he saw a trial. He ended up getting tried. There was a hung jury. And they're going to retry him again, right? Based on this cell phone
They're
timeline.
still going to retry him?
No. They were. So I went in and listened to this presentation, the details of which I'm not allowed to talk about, and I got one of the best cell phone experts in the world that taught the state's expert this theory, and he said, he's got it wrong. He's got it wrong. There was evidence that they should have caught that husband stopped on that freeway and headed back in the other direction. And you could see it from the way the cell phone towers are pinging. And I figured it out with him, with his help, that he had plenty of time to go back and commit the crime.